Talk with your host, Sean Myrie. Please like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. People, we're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, iHeartRadio, all podcast platforms. This is the episode Agents of Chaos. I should have added Kanye West, but I got three individuals on here for this episode. And, I'm going to start first, with Dave Chappelle. Mr. Dave Chappelle, longtime comedian, actor. You could call him an activist if you want to call it. He's been very controversial over the years. He's been very controversial talking about stuff in his content, his comedy skits or whatever. He had that show, Dave Chappelle Show. He made fun of a lot of people on that show. He talks about politics, social issues. He brings up people. And his last comedy special, he brought up Donald Trump. He brought him up in a couple cases talking about how this guy just goes off, the whim off of his head and he just says anything. And I don't know if he's criticizing him, but it's like, making fun of him. And that was a while back before, I guess, his second term. So I'm hearing Dave Chappelle is thinking of doing a comeback, right? Thinking of doing Dave Chappelle show again. This is the perfect time. But will he face backlash from a guy like Donald Trump? Because Donald Trump doesn't like people making fun of him. So Dave Chappelle is thinking of doing, his show again. And for sure, he'll have some skits on Donald Trump. Maybe might hire Godfrey. It will be pretty interesting if Dave Chappelle does, a couple skits or, it'll probably be a couple seasons with Donald Trump as long as Donald Trump is the president. But Dave Chappelle's been very controversial with the LGBTQ community. They called him out because he puts their stuff in his content, right? Dave Chappelle, very controversial with the transgender stuff, talking about the LGBTQ. Guarantee Trump probably laughs at it. I'm wondering if Trump is a fan of Dave Chappelle. If he makes fun of him, which he will make fun of him in this show, the Dave Chappelle show, if it really comes back, it will stir up controversy 100%. It will stir up the controversy 100%. So will you guys watch this new Dave Chappelle series, The Chappelle Show, right? The second time around? I guarantee I will, because he will bring up a lot of stuff what Mr. Trump's been doing recently, right? So that will be funny. Every time Donald Trump talks, it's like out of this world, and it's funny. That's why I'm bringing up Donald Trump, because he's definitely great content for a lot of comedians. I can imagine how much comedians use him. But I can't wait until Dave Chappelle comes back out with that show so he could expose some people or, just get a good laugh. I know he's controversial. I know that he talked about transgenders and talked about the LGBTQ community, and they're still coming after him, right? They're still coming after Dave Chappelle because he's controversial and he made fun of them. So comedians usually make fun of people. So I want to know the reaction of Trump when he starts making fun of him again. The first time around, he made fun of him in his comedy special. And a lot of stuff he was saying how this guy just does anything off. He's just like crazy. It's funny. You should watch Dave Chappelle if you haven't watched him before. Some people who are MAGA people might not be a fan of him because he makes fun of, like the rednecks. He makes fun of the racists. He makes fun of a lot of things, right? So he has a lot of people who are enemies of him himself. People, please like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. This episode is called Agents of Chaos. So some people think that Dave Chappelle causes a lot of chaos. He's been a big figure for the last couple of years, very influential. People watch his series. And like I said, they've been going after him. I just want to see him do some jokes about Donald Trump and see where that goes. I want to see Donald Trump respond to him, because guaranteed he will be having a whole set just on him, what he's been doing so far in regards to Iran, in regards to threatening people. Guaranteed Dave Chappelle will have a field day with Donald Trump, right? Now, in regards to Donald Trump, I could go back to Dave Chappelle if you guys don't like Dave Chappelle. In regards to Donald Trump, his recent announcement, he's saying they are going to open the Strat Hormuz, right? The Iranian Revolutionary Guard, they're going to be opening it, and because he said so. So that's what they're saying, business as usual. I don't know if that's facts or true. Haven't heard from the other side yet. The Revolutionary Guard has not spoken about what Trump is claiming. He's claiming a lot of things, and we don't know if it's actually true. Is it? So, you know what he said recently? He said it was so hard to negotiate because they don't basically they don't listen. That's why he had to curse. They understand, I guess, bad words. He had to do a lot of stuff for them to listen. I don't know if that's true, and we don't know if the Strat Hormuz is true. Let's see. Well, not true. Well, not true. I'm not surprised if it's not true. Nathan Wise, I'm not surprised because Trump lies a lot. What can we believe? Right? Even the MAGA people have gave up on Trump. What should we believe about Donald Trump, about the Strat Hormuz? So he's claiming the Strat Hormuz is open for business and they don't want none of that smoke, right? Do you guys believe it? Will the oil prices go down now? I don't know, right? I don't know if the oil prices are going to go down. I'm not really sure because he could be lying, right? So even though he's saying that the strat is open, is this going to stop America from hitting them with military arsenal? Is this stopping the Revolutionary Guard from unaliving their people? Is this stopping all of that, people? You guys could say it in the chat. One in the chat if you believe if you believe Donald Trump. Two, no. One in the chat if you believe Donald Trump. Two, no. Right? People, please subscribe, bring up the like, support the platform. Right now, he's been talking a lot, and you cannot believe Donald Trump at this stage. I don't even think MAGA people believe him at all. Right? I don't think they believe him. His own people, his administration don't believe him. They think he's off his rockers right now. So he's very confident on his True Social. Probably a couple minutes ago, maybe a half an hour ago, he was saying, "Yeah, the Strat Hormuz is open for business." Right. So they have agreed, as he said the other day, to no nuclear weapons, no enrichment, and now the Strat is open for business. Right. Do you guys believe that? I don't know. But I'm going to get back to Mr. Donald Trump. He's an agent of chaos. He causes chaos a lot around the world. What do you guys think about the other guy, the agent of chaos? People saying that he might be innocent. He's just, a Canadian boy or he's a pop star. What do you guys think about Drake right now? Recently, everybody's waiting for the Iceman album, anticipated album. He's the pop star of the world, the next Michael Jackson, if you want to call it. Some people might get mad. He's like the next Michael Jackson. Recently, yesterday, there was a big explosion in Toronto, Downsview Park, Downsview area. You guys might not know that if you're not from the six. They let off some big explosion. It looks like a bomb in or explosion in Israel or explosion in the Middle East. It's a promotion for his album Iceman. What a rollout! Big explosion. The video's coming soon. We're hearing there's a visual on the way. People are expecting his album to drop probably tonight. Some people think the album will drop tonight. Some people think the album might drop tomorrow, but it might be a visual. I think it's going to be May. I think Drake is going to drop it May. I'm from this, I know this guy. I've been following him for a good while. His tactics, his style. Guarantee Drake is going to be dropping his album, I think, in May. If he drops it April, that will be a surprise. If he drops it in this month, that will be a surprise. A lot of people have dropped albums. Kanye West has dropped albums, and a whole bunch of other people. Snoop just dropped an album, so he's going to be in that mix. I don't think so. I think Drake is smart. He has a rollout. He's going to put out a video first. He's going to put out the episode 4 first, and then he's going to come back, right? So agent of chaos for him. You want to know why he's an agent of chaos? Everybody is talking about him. Everybody's digging up back the beef, right? They're talking about the beef Again, Kendrick is quiet. He's been at Disney, spotted at Disney in a disguise, Kendrick. So Kendrick is nowhere to really be found in regards to talking in about anything or promoting anything. His last album was GNX, but now it's the Iceman Summer. That's what's gonna happen. Who gives a lot of people care. A lot of people care. Millions of people care actually about Drake's album. They actually do. Some people don't, but there's actually people who do care, right? And the agent of chaos is him doing all these visuals, teasing people, and after then still having beef, right? People are saying he lost the battle, but he still continues to do a beef, like, still talking tough. And I guarantee the Iceman album, he probably will be talking tough all through the Iceman album. You've seen videos what he had earlier with guns in it. He showed guns in one of his videos. He still wants to be tough, suing UMG. He still probably is going to take shots at all his enemies, like Rick Ross. He's going to be taking shots at all the people who abandoned him, like LeBron James. But the Iceman album, a lot of people think is coming out tonight. And if it comes out tonight, I think it will flop right now, right? I think it will flop. I was saying 6 months. I know he waited ever since, and now it's about that time that in May it will come out. And like I'm saying, all the people was beefing with him. They're gonna kiss his ass, but he's gonna start some beef with everybody. I don't know if he's gonna start it back up with Kendrick Lamar, because last 2 summers ago he was destroyed in the battle. He was ashamed, and he felt bad, right? And that's why he keeps suing. He wants to appeal UMG, and I hear things are changing over there in UMG. I don't know if it's Drake's influence, but like I said, he the other night, about I think Thursday night, big explosion in Toronto, right? A big explosion at Downsview Park. It was a military base, former military base. Big explosion. So that's promotion for his album Rollout. Yeah, oh my bad for commenting. I thought the other people were on this love. Yeah, man. People love Drake. Some people hate Drake and stuff like that. But I'm saying, like, Agents of Chaos, even Kanye West, like, I didn't put him in the thumbnail, but he's a big agent of chaos. He's been denied entry to France, a whole bunch of countries. Donald Trump even spoke about it, saying, "Oh, this he's my friend. They shouldn't be banning Kanye West from Europe." But why do you think they're banning Kanye West from Europe? It's not because of the anti-Semitism. They're banning Kanye West from Europe because of Donald Trump. That's why they're banning Kanye West from Europe. It's because of Donald Trump is why they're banning him. Donald Trump he's associated with MAGA, right? You cannot deny that. Kanye West is associated with MAGA. MAGA is Donald Trump. Donald Trump been threatening Europe. So guess what? And on top of it, the anti-Semitism. So you ain't going to France, Kanye, and you ain't going to England or any of those places. And in America, they're making it hard for you to perform also. So it looks like that new album, Bully, is getting bullied itself by the powers that be, right? So back to Mr. Trump, right? Right now, he's doing a lot of things to kind of, hide his dirt. His wife came on a couple days ago and was talking about Epstein files. So, what's next? What's the next distraction? Will we hear any more about the Epstein files? It's almost a crime going on that there's no more talk about the Epstein files and these dirty ass men, wealthy men who was a part of this whole operation with Epstein. And so Trump is fighting so his name is erased from it. But recent news with this guy, the agent of chaos, a woman claims she got pics. A woman is saying she got some pictures with Donald Trump, but it could be AI. See, this is the bad thing about this day and age is that you got to question everything, even if it's real, Even if you know that it's real and you want to expose something, people are going to question it because of AI. So Donald Trump has that in his corner, his defense. There's a picture which is circulating online of this lady. I guess they cover all the girls' faces, and Donald Trump's in the middle smiling. So is it true? Is it true? It can be. It can be true. But I don't think people are going to find out about a lot of things this guy has been doing until he's finished being the president. Or if he croaks, right? If he dies, that's when we're going to hear about all the dirty stuff, the more dirt of Mr. Donald Trump, right? So anybody who talks about him is a villain, is on a target, right? So that's why I brought up Dave Chappelle. I want to see how he attacks Dave Chappelle when Dave Chappelle calls him out and makes fun of him. Because so far he's been going after journalists, he's been going after social media, anybody who is influential, he's been going after. He's been going after content makers. He's been talking about other politicians, world leaders, saying what he wants to take over. He's the ultimate agent of chaos. So you know that they put Donald Trump right now in power and before to cause chaos, not just in America, but around the world, right? Around the world. So he's big into the social media stuff, right? He watches everything Donald Trump, right? I want to see when if Drake, Mr. Drake, Aubrey Graham visits America because he hasn't been in America for a while, if Trump will even talk about Drake. Will he mention Drake? Will he talk about the Canadian stuff, the controversy with Canada? Will he? It's going to be interesting because Drake's album's going to hit hard in America. A lot of Americans who are fans of the genre of hip hop and rap, they're waiting for Drake to drop, right? Because he's going to break records. Like it or not, he's going to break records with the Iceman. The only problem I brought up now with the Iceman album is the name. The name of the Iceman is villainized in America. So how is he gonna get away with that title to promote? I want to know. Like, it's going to be interesting to see how that goes. There should probably be billboards going up all through America, all through the world, but especially down there. How is that going to be, right? The Michael Jackson movie, I'm wondering if he's going to do this. Please don't do this, Drake. Please don't do this. The Michael Jackson movie is coming out the 24th of April, right? Are you going to drop your album now because you want to overshadow or be in the shadow of Michael Jackson? If Drake drops his album tonight, it's because of that. And that will be some bull crap. The only reason Drake would drop early right now is because of the Michael Jackson movie, and he wants to be like the king of pop or something like that, overshadow. He's a narcissist too, like Trump. So if he drops his album Iceman tonight, it's to overshadow. What would that do to the Michael Jackson movie? Me out, man. YouTube, man. You playing dirty, man. What are you doing? Knocking me out. I know I expose certain things, but damn, YouTube, fix the algorithm, man. Fix the algorithm. They've been playing with me yesterday, right? And I'm gonna update you guys. Yesterday I was on for like not even 2 hours. Some people are on for like 3 hours. And Thank you, YouTube, too. It went, it was a good one. But you guys are knocking me out. This is a perfect example of evidence, people, what they are doing. Peace, bro, upon you. Tonight is the new moon, an excellent time to renew our strength, reflect on ourselves, and release negative energies. Much respect, shalom. Much respect. They've been doing a lot of things, man. Much respect to you too, man. Right? I'm just a content maker, man. Just a content maker. They must not like the messages, what's going on. Damn, knocking me out. Fix up, YouTube. Fix up, YouTube. There's no reason for you to be knocking people out. I already know you've been in my chat, the live, whoever's behind, the powers that be, been in the live. So you're doing something right now. They're working overtime, doing a lot of stuff. But like I'm saying, agent of chaos, and I'm going to bring him up. Mr. Donald Trump, super agent of chaos. So much that they're making what's called videos of him, right? They're making AI videos. Tons of times you're seeing AI videos. People are making fun of him. Comedians are talking about him. Definitely, I can't wait until Dave Chappelle does a couple new skits if he comes out with the Dave Chappelle show, right? With the Dave Chappelle show. But like I'm saying, Donald Trump's going to be talking. It's about Friday right now, so guaranteed he's going to go on his Truth Social tonight probably, and he's going to go on his Truth Social tomorrow, right? So we shall see what else happens. But in regards, like before they knocked me out, Mr. Drake Aubrey Graham, I'm thinking is people. A lot of people thinking he's dropping his album tonight. If he does, that would be a surprise to me. I'm gonna be honestly telling you guys, if Drake drops his album tonight, it's gonna be a surprise. I don't think he's gonna do that. I think he's gonna do episode 4, right? His streaming series. I'm waiting for the streaming series to happen. I'm waiting for that. That's what I'm waiting. He has an explosion that he, for a video that is gone viral. It's been viral all through, the internet right now. Instagram, it's gone viral. So I'm just waiting for that. A lot of people don't like Drake. A lot of people love Drake. So he got it's like warm and cold. A lot of people hate him, right? Really, they're loving each other right now. A lot of people don't like Drake. A lot of people love Drake, right? So we shall see how his album does when it drops. I was saying this for months. It's gonna drop about in May, summertime, because that's when albums actually make real noise is in the summer. So we shall see how that goes on. We shall see how that goes on. Right? People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. But YouTube, you gotta fix up, man. I don't know what you're doing, YouTube, trying to knock me out because I'm spreading the truth. I'm giving the truth. I must be a threat to you guys for you guys to be knocking out the YouTube. And it's only 22 minutes right now. It's not even an hour. There's people on here for like 3, 4 hours. I'm only here for 22 minutes and you're playing with the live, right? So, like I said, agents of chaos, the ultimate agent of chaos is Donald Trump. Drake, agent of chaos with the music and media. He does a lot of stuff. Maybe that title is too drastic, but he's definitely an agent of chaos. So a lot of people are paying attention to him right now. He's in the algorithm. He's That algorithm is fighting against Donald Trump right now. Guarantee all these stories, there's certain stories what fight against each other, and right now the biggest story besides Trump, because Trump loves the spotlight, it's Drake right now, right? I know there's other stuff going on like WrestleMania. They're trying to get an algorithm right. Well, they're trying to build up an algorithm for people to view them going on different shows with the wrestlers are going on different shows. The other day they showed Cameron, a rapper from America, getting dragged up by one of the wrestlers, the Usos, dragged him from his desk. So that's good promo. So media right now is hurting in certain places, so they gotta be extra. And The war has overshadowed a lot of things, people. The war has taken over the headlines. The war has taken over a lot of places. It has taken over a lot of places, the war. People, what do you think? People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. What do you think about what's going on out there? Is it affecting you? I've been seeing last night in the chat, certain people are talking about the groceries in America, that it's very expensive. See, that's the agent of chaos doing. He's done all this stuff with the tariffs, and that he thought it was going to affect all of the world, which it is kind of, but it's affecting more his own people, Americans. It's affecting Americans with the groceries, the money. It's hurting a lot of people. That's what I've been hearing, right? It's hurting a lot of people. So he doesn't give a damn. He's the super ultimate troll agent of chaos, right? And obviously, he has so much influence that even on social media like TikTok, and now he's got his trolls or his hackers to come on here, this platform, and do their filtration. I've been telling people they are doing a filtration on YouTube and other places. Whoever's talking about Donald Trump, 100%. Whoever's talking about Donald Trump, because he's the president and he has some influence with the FBI. They're looking at everybody. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Chester Stone, let me know. You got, I don't know what, update me, please. Zalan Khan. So he's saying everything's good right now with the Hermuse, saying the Hermuse, the strat of Hermuse is open for business. So the only reason, I don't know if it's true, but the only reason he wants to say that because China and all these other countries are angry at America. They're not happy with America. For a good while, they haven't been happy with Donald Trump, what he's saying and doing. So now he wants to make everybody happy again, right? More than America, make America great again. He wants to make everybody happy again. And like I'm saying, I just want some entertainment. I want to see somebody like Dave Chappelle, as I mentioned earlier in the live. I want to see somebody like Dave Chappelle come out and do some content on Donald Trump and really make fun of him. He deserves that shit. He deserves somebody who's like Dave Chappelle to really make fun of him. Maybe that will be the medicine. If he has somebody like Dave Chappelle making fun of him, and then he watches it, and then then he might change certain things what he does. Please, Dave, come out with the series back, or the Dave Chappelle show, and start making fun of him, right? Start making fun of him. If you want me to answer questions, certain questions, you could pay in the live chat, donate that, right? Yo, it's me, Dave Chappelle. I need a doll to get out of ATL ice on my ass. Oh, Dave Chappelle. Listen, man, I want the remedy to this is to this situation, what's going on in America, right? And going on in the world, because this guy is affecting the world, is comedy, right? He's already funny himself. Like Trump is a clown already. So when you have Dave Chappelle doing skits and content on him, I think, and then he will watch, he'll hear about it, then he might change up certain things, what he's doing. I feel that's what will happen. If somebody calls him out, he will change up what he's doing. There's other people who've been calling him out, but I'm talking about somebody like Dave Chappelle. He calls out Donald Trump, makes fun of Donald Trump. We will see the reaction. Donald Trump likes comedy. Donald Trump listens to comedians, right? So, and he's the biggest one, people. Dave Chappelle is the biggest comedian in the world. Let's be straight up. So he will obviously get that message and see. So, Dave, I'm waiting for that series, the Dave Chappelle show. You already made fun of Donald Trump, but you done it kind of safe in your other special. You done it kind of safe, and you were basically saying that Donald, you are right a little bit with Donald Trump. You were kind of saying that a little bit, right? He was kind of saying that a little bit, right? So, because he made a point, he was talking about the MAGA people. He was talking about, yo, Donald Trump is not going to do anything to him because he's rich. That's what he was saying. He had a joke like that. He said Donald Trump won't do anything to him because he's rich, right? So, besides Donald Trump, I'm wondering who else out there could he make fun of right now? What else? Other characters? Oh, he's probably going to make fun of Donald Trump's wife. He's probably going to be making fun of some of the politicians. He's going to probably make fun of how Washington is being ran right now. And that will make great content to see the response. He's going to make fun of the Washington, what's going on with all the politicians in America. Dave Chappelle probably will make fun of the ICE. He's probably going to make fun of the ICE agents. He's going to make fun of Pam Bondi, guaranteed, right? There's so much content for a comedian now because of Trump. I thought it was Bush before back in the days, but there's so much content right now to just like use if you're a comedian. All you need is this. He's giving you content every day, right? He's giving you content every day. People, please like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. This man is giving us content every day, right? So, and I gotta say, YouTube, much respect. You gotta fix up the bugs, whatever's going on, because when I was on live yesterday and it was going real good, you guys knocked me out, man. I never seen that really before. You guys are funny now. This show you they're scared of people reporting the war, right? If it's not Fox, if it's not CNN, if it's not none of the corporate people, they're scared. That's why I've been telling people, you guys, for months, the filtration, what they're doing in the media, and it started with him taking over TikTok. Started with Donald Trump influencing, well, banning TikTok, extorting TikTok, and then taking it over, undercoverly with a other company called Orion, right? Called Orion. So there's a lot of things what's happening right now. There's a lot of things going on right now. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. So what do you guys think about all these agents of chaos, right? It's kind of drastic. Some people say, why are you calling Drake the agent of chaos? There's different ways of chaos. And right now on social media, he's making a lot of chaos with this big explosion in Toronto. Big explosion. You got academics talking about it. You got every Tom, Dick, and Harry platform talking about Drake, besides Donald Trump. So now I'm putting them both against each other. The biggest names right now in the media, of course, Donald Trump is the biggest, but then you got the pop star. The biggest pop star in the world now is Drake. So they're fighting for that attention, and I'm waiting for Mr. Donald to talk about. I want to see his opinions on the sixth God. I want to see how that happens. So I've been really big, blunt. You smoke, yeah, man. I'm gonna be blazing something after. I didn't blaze nothing now, man. 420 is coming up, and it's all good up here, man. 420 is coming up, all good on Monday. But after this, I blaze up, man. You want to know how much spliffs I smoke? You want to know? Maybe they don't want to know. People in the chat, bring up the likes, support the platform, the Down to Earth Network, right? So Dave Chappelle, let me go back to him because he's a big agent of chaos. I think Donald Trump likes him. I actually think Donald Trump likes likes Dave Chappelle because Dave Chappelle, right? I'm not saying he's against it fully, but he kind of criticized the trans community, right? He's brought a lot of controversy about the trans community, and a lot of the stuff what he's saying, Donald Trump kind of, it's like, did he listen to Dave Chappelle? Was he watching Dave Chappelle's what's called stand up? Was he watching that? Probably was because he goes to UFC events. Was Trump watching his stand up? Because a lot of the stuff what Dave Chappelle was talking about in regards to the LGBTQ, the alphabet mafia, right? Um, it seems similar. They have similar beliefs in certain things, right? So you have to look on it like Dave Chappelle, most of his audience is white, right? Let's be straight up. A lot of black people like Dave Chappelle. It doesn't really matter, but a lot of his audience, a lot of white people who like Dave Chappelle. So Dave Chappelle criticizes white people all the time, and they still love him. So I'm wondering if Trump is one of them. Maybe he is. We shall see. I'm waiting for him to bring. I'm waiting for his show to come back, man. I'm really waiting for Dave Chappelle show to come back, and how it will go. And what is he going to say about Dave Chappelle? Is he a failed? He's a failed comedian. What are you going to say? He's not funny? Is he going to tell us that Dave Chappelle's not funny? People, bring up the likes if you can. Please support the platform, the Down to Earth Network, right? It helps. So, all three of these people I said, but like I said, Kanye West, I should put Kanye West in the thumbnail. He's a big agent of chaos. He's been one for a good long time. He kind of, simmered down. He wanted to apologize to the Jewish community, or he says he apologized to the Jewish community, but I don't think they took that serious. He's been boycott. The big wireless festival he was supposed to go to the UK. First of all, Pepsi and all the sponsors pulled out of the wireless festival, and then the Prime Minister of UK or London or whatever you want to call it banned him fully, so he cannot even go to that country. In France, he can't even go to that country. So what's next? What's next? Who's another agent of chaos out there, people, that you guys know? Who else is ruffling feathers right now out there? Most people are quiet and silent, right? Most people are silent in regards to politics. A lot of people don't want to talk about politics because it's sensitive, and it gets, people in their emotions. But man, I gotta tell you, man, Mr. Trump been hurting America ever since he became president, man. He's been hurting America. He hasn't made America great again. He's making America get hate again. That's what's going on. He's making America get hate again. Not great again. He's making America get hate again. So, as April 17th, 2026, oil prices are fluctuating with Brent crude around $90 to 94 per barrel, and YTI around 82 to 91 per barrel. 75% is the sweet spot. Well, things are going to change because right now he's saying the Strat Hermuse, they have open. Trump has just reported that on his Truth Social. He reported that the Strat Hermuse is open, right, for business. So things are going to be moving up and down the place, guaranteed. Last week, oil was 120 a barrel. Whoo, damn. Thanks for that, Cap for Life. Thanks for that, Cap for Life. Damn. 120, and so what, 90, but that's still high. The oil is still high. Still high. Are you guys going to get electric cars now? That's what Trump is angry about, the electric cars, what China has been promoting. Because if electric cars become more popularized, guess what? All that oil, what you're capturing, is not going to be worth the same. The oil will change, right? If electric cars, which China's providing Canada with thousands and thousands, and they're going to be doing contracts to build electric cars to, distribute all around the world, that's a threat. That's why Trump doesn't like China, right? Because China is doing something what doesn't is not beneficial to America. So Trump is doing what he's doing. He's doing the monopoly. He's making people pay more at the pumps, forcing people paying more at the pumps. So he's an agent of chaos, 100%. He's an agent of chaos, doing a lot of things, man. A lot of things. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Bring up the likes if you can. Support the platform. So who else is out there? I know there's other smaller agents of chaos like Charleston White. He's one, but he's like a clown. He is a comedian himself. This man likes to rat on everybody. right? Everybody in the game, in the urban music game, that guy Charleston White, he's on every Tom, Dick, and Harry's case who's involved with the law, right? In in the music space, if you want to call it, the hip hop. Charleston White, the hip hop police. He's a big agent of chaos. He's made a couple guys like probably influenced the law enforcement to investigate people, in the music industry. Who else is out there? There's tons of people, and I know I'm forgetting some. I don't know if you want to call Charlie Kirk, rest in peace or whatever. He was one. He was a big one. He was an agent, a big one who really pulled his plug. He was a big agent of chaos. He was doing a lot of stuff, right? He was influential. He's the one who got Trump a lot of votes, Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk's organization is behind Donald Trump becoming the president for the second time, right? They were campaigning the most, him and his Erica Kirk. They're big agents of chaos, right? Their philosophy is very a big agent of chaos. They influence millions of young people, right? Millions of people they've been influenced. That's why he was in a target. That's why Charlie Kirk was a target because he was an agent of chaos. A lot of people did not agree with his opinions. He had some opinions what was very, very out there and different, and then they unalived him, right? There's other people who try to be agents of chaos out there in the media game. Candace Owens was one. She was one. She's kind of quiet now ever since Charlie Kirk. Well, I shouldn't say she's quiet now. She does a lot still. She still does a lot of stuff. She got to be careful for her life herself. People, please subscribe, bring up the likes, support the platform. Last week oil was 120 a barrel. Yeah, that's big. People, what do you guys think in the chat, man? All the viewers who are viewing it now, who's more of an agent of chaos? Is it Donald Trump or Kanye West? I don't think Kanye West could even compare to Donald Trump. He's the super one. There's no competition. No competition, man. No competition for what he does. There's nobody who could come against Donald Trump when it comes to chaos in the world right now. But if we want to talk about chaos, the agents of chaos, we would say it's the media, like CNN, right? Fox News, the biggest news corporations are the ones behind it. They're the ones that promote it. They're the ones that report it the most. And yeah, they make a lot of people react, a lot of people scared. And there's other characters, a couple characters who also add to it 100%. The royal family, oh yeah, they're big agents of chaos. The royal family people, they're big all around the world. They've been doing that a long time, right? Stirring up a lot of stuff all around the world, wars, a whole bunch of stuff. Yes, the royal family from the UK definitely are agents of chaos right now, right? They're in the mix, they're right in the mix, right? So all of this stuff, what I'm saying, especially in regards to Donald Trump, is just to distract, like I said, certain things, what's going on. I want to see if, you know what will be funny, people? If Dave Chappelle talks about the Epstein files. That's what I cannot wait. I hope he does his show again, the Chappelle show. I'm waiting for another maybe series. I want to hear him talk about these Epstein files because it's almost like a comedy about how the Epstein files. There's millions of stuff, but no one has really got exposed. The millions of files, but no one has got exposed. That's kind of crazy, man. That's crazy. I don't understand that. Millions of files out there, and they claim he was doing business trafficking, but the people he trafficked to, no one's getting caught. No one's getting caught, right? So, like I said, the media is a big agent of chaos, because they were talking about these millions of files for months or years, and where are the people? Where are the people? Who has been arrested besides Grizzlane and the guy who's passed away, right? So I'm waiting for Dave Chappelle. Please talk about them, because I believe someone who's influential, right, like Dave, will make America in a way he might have to be careful. Maybe people are warning him. He will make America look even more stupid because people will listen to him, right? And him putting things together, right? Sometimes it's the messenger. So him talking about Trump, the stupid stuff what he has done, will make maybe even the person, a lot of people really see clear and say, hey, you know what? Dave is onto something, right? Dave is really onto something, what he's saying. And after then, Mr. Trump watches it, and then he might change certain stuff because he's embarrassed. Or he might go nuclear on Dave Chappelle. Like he might say, hey, you ain't funny. I don't like what you've done, and try to bring up some dirt on him and try to say all types of stuff. Like Donald Trump's the type of person, if Dave Chappelle makes fun of him so bad, he will try to make a law that you can't even say certain things, or you you get what I mean? Like that's how he is, right? The biggest agent of chaos. I'm surprised he didn't go after Robert De Niro. People, people, what you saying, man? What's going on tonight? There's people who are obsessed with Drake right now, thinking he's gonna drop an album because he had an explosion in Toronto, let out there for his video promo. Some people said, "Oh shit, he's coming out with it soon. It's coming soon," because there's a big explosion, right? So that is causing chaos in the media. As sad as it is, it's not really important, but it's causing chaos in the media. It's a fighting algorithm, and guess what? Certain people like that algorithm because it's a big distraction. It's a very big distraction, and Drake is the biggest artist in the world right now, like it or not. Will they cancel Chappelle if he does that? That's a good question, OG Kicks. Will they cancel Dave Chappelle if he does that? Well, he talked about transgenders, talked about the LGBTQ community. So that's a good question. Will they cancel him all of a sudden because he's talking about Donald Trump? Will that hit a nerve because he's talking about, he already talked about Donald Trump, but I notice when he's talking, he's covering his ass. Dave Chappelle covers himself. Whenever he jokes about somebody, he covers himself. And I heard when I was watching the special the other day of him talking about like the actions, what Donald Trump's been doing, he made sure he kind of covered himself in certain things, like how he was talking. It's like everybody's on their tippy toes who's a celebrity. Um, Everybody's on their tippy toes mostly who's a celebrity in America. They're not putting their opinions down about Trump, even though they got the power of influence be, to like get people to go out there. People, please subscribe, bring up the likes, support the platform, right? So what are you saying, people? What are you saying, man? Bring up the likes, man. Support the platform. It helps the algorithm. So tonight, Friday night, live and direct on the Down to Earth Network. We're on Spotify Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, all podcast platforms. It's in the link. So good news for maybe the world if it's true that the strat is open for business and oil prices hopefully, which I don't think is going to change, oil prices hopefully go down, right? Hopefully the oil prices will go down, but you could wait for that. You could wait for that. I don't think anything's gonna go down because you got to look on it. When he done the tariffs, right before the war, the tariffs was affecting things too. Just remember, before the war, the tariffs is an economic war, so that was already affecting the oil already. So on top of it, him making the American military physically active, and they're using all those boats and all those jets, and all the military's burning a lot of oil. We know oil is a lot, right? In the Middle East, they got Kuwait, they got all of those other people with America, right? And Israel. Can't leave out Israel. You cannot leave out Israel. Israel's staying quiet. They're kind of silent right now. It makes you wonder now what's really going on. We're hearing about ceasefires and stuff. Another thing I want to hear, but I think he's going to stay away from it, Mr. Drake, is his opinions of the war. I think he's got to shut up. People probably will tell him to shut up, even though he's Jewish. They will tell him to shut up because if you're going to America, you can't talk. You can't talk against Trump. He knows that. So there's going to be some people like me who calls Drake out and say, "What do you think about Israel and America, right, fighting in this war?" That's a question he does not want to answer because he is Jewish and he's half American, right? Jewish Canadian and half American. So those are questions he probably would not like to answer. He's probably happy that he's not like he passes through America, but he hasn't done any media runs. He hasn't performed there. He's making a lot of people starve who like, I guess, pop music or urban music. He's making a lot of people starve right now. A lot of people are begging for this Iceman album to drop. But I was saying from the beginning he should change the name from Iceman because of the whole controversy with the ICE agency in America. It's not doing him too good to be dropping an album with that title, people. People, please subscribe, like, bring up the likes if you can. Is he sticking with that album title? You're right. That's a good question, man. Like, really, I'm going to say it because he will hear me. Drake will actually see this. I'm telling you, I could put bet on it. That album title, I don't know if it's too far gone. I think he should get rid of that album title, man. I think he should switch it up and get rid of that album title, Iceman. Right? That's why I said it would flop from the beginning because I don't think that Iceman title is a proper title to be using at this time. Maybe because he might use it still because he sees how it's simmered down. But I know that content makers, even like me, are gonna poke fun at the Iceman stuff. Right? They're gonna say, "Oh, you with Ice, Drake? You with Ice?" People are going to make fun of it, even if he's not part of ICE. People are going to use that as a weapon to make fun of him. 100%. They're going to use that as a weapon to make fun of him. Um, I don't know if you could take it because he gets in his emotions. You could see it with the lawsuit with UMG. He's still appealing to the lawsuit. He still wants to fight UMG. But I think recent news has came out. I don't know if it's true that Lucien Grange, the guy who runs UMG, that he's stepping down and stuff like that. So something big is brewing right now. I don't know if Drake sees that as a victory, but he wants to sue UMG for millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars because of the battle what he lost against Kendrick Lamar because of the song Not Like Us, the defamation stuff, and blaming UMG for help promote that diss track against him. So he feels really, really bad. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Support the platform, the Down to Earth Network. So yes, he's still gonna stick with OG Kicks. You're right. I'm wondering, he's still gonna stick with that name, the Iceman? And then people are going to say, oh, it's not necessarily the ice. Oh, it's from the comic, the Marvel comic. They're going to say, oh, the ice, what he's talking about, the Iceman he's talking about, is not the ice like in America. It's the comic, Bobby Drake. Yes, probably is. Maybe it is Bobby Drake because he had the Marvel collaboration. He has all these collaborations. But like I was saying, I believe the Iceman album is going to drop in May because of the FIFA. The FIFA World Cup is in June, right? The FIFA World Cup is going to be in Toronto too. So I believe he's going to drop it in May. It would make more sense to drop in May, not April, right? Right now it's like what, April 17th or stuff like that. It wouldn't make no sense to drop in April. It'd make better sense to drop in May, right? More closer to the summertime, more closer to the FIFA soccer. It would make sense. But the only reason he would drop now, like tonight, if he does, because everybody's anticipating Drake to drop tonight. If he was to drop tonight, which I think would be a stupid thing to drop with all these Snoop just dropped Kanye's out there. The only reason he would drop tonight is to overshadow Michael Jackson's movie. I'm telling you that. It's to put himself in the algorithm with Michael Jackson, right? Because everybody's calling him the king, the new king of pop. So for him, if he drops tonight, and after then next week Michael Jackson's movie comes out, it kind of promotes him, right? It kind of promotes Drake. So I'm wondering, like, nah, I don't see the album dropping tonight because episode 4 hasn't came out. He hasn't dropped his music video. He's still working on a music video, people. Look at that. He's still working on a music video. So it wouldn't make sense for him to drop anything right now until after episode 4, the streaming series with the video, which is not going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. But if it was, it's to overshadow the Michael Jackson biopic movie, what is coming out April 24th. That's what he would be the reason. But the name, man, he's sticking with it. It seems like he's sticking with this Iceman stuff, people. He's sticking with this Iceman stuff. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Bring up the likes if you can. YouTube, you got to fix up your bugs. The other day, when I was live for only an hour, you were knocking me out because you know what I'm saying about in regards to Donald Trump is facts, and people are scared, right? Um, this guy, I seen his moves, I watch his moves, all the stuff what he does, and you could predict he's predictable. He's very predictable, right? So he doesn't like that a lot of people have been criticizing him in the media. He's a narcissist, power hungry. So the more people criticize him, the more he goes on his true social and the more he starts talking about what he's going to do, right? So he does watch social media a lot and it gets to him. He has his phone and he watches all these people who are talking about him, criticizing him. So then he does his filtration. I don't know how it's going on TikTok right now because he owns TikTok. Well, he influenced a company to own that. So I don't know how much people could talk against him on that platform. That'll be interesting, very interesting to find out if there's people on TikTok criticizing Trump because guaranteed they're coming knocking at your door. No more freedom of speech is existing in America. Even though you might think so, no more freedom of speech exists in America, people. What you're saying is Friday Night Live. We live and direct the Down to Earth Network. And this episode is called The Agents of Chaos. So, who's going to cause chaos, you may ask? People cause chaos in a different way, which is distraction, right? Big distraction. They use media, like, for example, urban media, to distract a lot of people. They've done it over and over, even with this conflict. They'll talk about rap beefs. First was 50 Cent. Remember 50 Cent having the beef with all these other guys, or these guys beefing with him? That was the headlines for a good while. That kind of filter out some of the war stuff. Uh, they have this story right now about this girl who had this boyfriend, this black girl, black American, and a white Caucasian man who he's an entrepreneur, brought his girlfriend to Tanzania in Africa, proposed to her, and then she wind up unalive. They're saying that suicide, right? I think her name is Janae or something like that. They're saying it's suicide. But recently, in recent developments, they're saying certain things are coming out. People are coming forward, and they're saying there was some weird stuff going on in a vicinity where they were staying because this guy claims that she committed suicide. This guy, the fiance, right? But he's a very successful businessman, and she was an influencer, and it was her birthday, and they said it was she committed suicide basically on her birthday. Do we believe that? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't believe that. I don't believe she went all the way to Africa, Tanzania, with this guy to unalive herself on her birthday. Come on now. What I'm saying, and this might be conspiracy, what I think happened is with this girl, because he was married before, right? With this young lady, maybe she was, she was having a child, or found out she was gonna have a child, and he never expected that, and he probably didn't want that, and maybe that's why he unalived her. Why did he unalive a girl, this young lady? Why did he? Well, allegedly, I'm saying it. He did. I'm just calling it already. But he's saying that it's a suicide. I'm sorry. He's saying it's a suicide that she unalived herself. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Right. So right now, for example, this show you're seeing people go back and forth in America in regards to race. Right. So this is to show you that America's still not over this race stuff. It's a lot of problems are in America, and besides Donald Trump, a lot of social issues are polluting America society, and people are talking about this case because the young girl is black, a black lady, a black girl, and her boyfriend is a white Caucasian. So uh, people are going back and forth on social media talking how you got to be careful going traveling places with these guys like that. It could be anybody. Anybody could do anything, but it's becoming a racial issue tension. People, please like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Bring up the likes. Bring up the likes. I got to get a drink. Hold on. I got my drink right here. And what do you guys think about that story? I don't know if you guys know about that story of the influencer, you know, going to Tanzania, Kenya, and getting unalived. What do you think of that, bro? That story is absolutely disturbing. It is disturbing. It is disturbing. The guy looks like Bill Goldberg. Her boyfriend looks like Bill Goldberg, right? A lot of people do a lot of things, but this guy, if it's true, like like what people are saying, people are gonna want to know why. They're gonna want to know why was this? Did he? If it's true, allegedly, did he take her life? Right, and he brought her all the way to Africa. If it's if he's the person, the story he's saying that she suicide on her birthday, suicide on her birthday in Africa. The family doesn't believe it. The family does not believe it. Family doesn't believe it. But anyways, it's crazy, man. Some say it was a sacrifice. I'm hearing that too. Blood sacrifice. A blood sacrifice. There's many sacrifices, man. So like even there's like people who do sacrifices to get to a certain level. That guy, her boyfriend, is a entrepreneur. We shall see what comes out of that story. But back to these agents of chaos. That's an example. It's the media.
That story is the perfect story. Not to say it shouldn't be reported, but there's a lot of those cases going on every day, all around the world and in America. What makes it unique is she's a social media influencer and that she traveled with this guy to Africa. So that's the only thing what stands out. So right now, that story is in the algorithm. The Drake stuff is in the algorithm with Donald Trump. With Donald Trump, people, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. What are you saying? Put something in the chat. I got. What are you saying, people? Like I said, I gotta remind you, people, of YouTube. Much respect to YouTube. People, bring up the likes. Please subscribe. YouTube knocked me out yesterday, so I don't know if they're gonna call me an agent of chaos. Don't know how much chaos I could do, but yesterday, less than an hour, right? It was going good. The chat was going real good, and about an hour 40 or maybe something like that, knockout. They tried that today earlier, but like I'm saying, back again, live and direct. What news you guys want to talk about, people? Who else is causing chaos out there? What news you guys want to talk about in the chat? Or are you too scared? Because, like I said, a couple months ago, a lot of people got to be scared of. They're scared of Donald Trump. In America, a lot of people are scared to even talk about anything, right? You see, what happened to Kanye West for talking. He lost a lot of stuff, a lot of business. Um, he's been boycotted by the corporations. The same corporations he claims he was boycotting, they're boycotting him right now. So much that he can't even perform in a lot of places in the world because he is an agent, a provocateur, an agent of chaos. You don't see Kanye talking too much anymore, do you? Do you? They consider a lot of the conspiracy theorists who are popular agents of chaos too, right? Like I said, Candace Owens, that guy Tucker Carlson. Now he's like a target. He's a target. Who else? Alex Jones, right? He's a big agent of chaos. Um, who else? Tucker Carlson was talking how I guess the FBI or some government agency what contacted him or something like that, right? I don't know if they're trying to warn him or it was a threat. This was a couple of weeks ago. That just went over people's heads, right? I wouldn't be surprised because Donald Trump went after Don Lemon, right? Don Lemon, who was at the protest a couple months ago in Minneapolis and said that he was causing chaos. He was causing disruptions at the church in Minneapolis, Minnesota. So he was looked on as causing, chaos. Don Lemon said he was locked up, got released. He was talking a little bit. Uh, he talks a little bit, but he's kind of quiet. He's not as loud as before. I think he was doing that for his platform to get more big, right? Don Lemon. Who else is a big one, but she kind of quiet right now is Trump's friend Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj is a big one, but she's quiet for some reason. All of a sudden, you don't hear too much from her ever since she probably got her full citizenship granted by Donald Trump. Who else is a big one? Elon Musk. I couldn't say he's an agent of chaos, but he's been talking a lot. Uh, about the systems and what's going on. Uh, if you want to call a dictator agent like Kim Jong Un from North Korea, he's doing his war games, testing weapons. Uh, in his region, people are they get scared when they see him testing his weapons. He got nuclear weapons too. They ain't going after him. But like I said, to update everybody, right now, um, right now, the her of her muse is back in business. Right? A lot of people are very quiet. Yeah, OG Kicks. Remember you told me that too. Remember that. You're right. A lot of people are quiet. Some say it was, yeah, a lot of people are quiet. Don't you guys notice something? And we got now that you told like OG Kicks, how you saying it's quiet, right? Yeah. Don't you notice the change of the war right now? The media, how it's reporting things? Don't you guys like I've been following this, doing the war report. Don't you see how it's kind of mellow right now? It's kind of mellow. You're not seeing. I guess they're going by the ceasefire. You're not hearing about big bombing. I mean, explosions and attacks yet. You're not hearing anything like that because Trump is negotiating with terrorists. That's what's going on. So because he's negotiating with these terrorists, they got to kind of filter out the media because smart people, if you put it together, the regime is the reason they went there to take them out, not to do business with them. How does it go from you going to take out these oppressors to doing business with them? Make it make sense, right? They're either oppressors, scumbags, killers, or what? They're your friends, right? So this guy wants to be friends with them. It seems he wants to be buddy buddy with them. He wants to not have. This is his, I guess, exit plan. This is his exit plan. So the strat is the only reason they're there. No, no. I think this is a strategy to attack, right? To attack with some ground troops somewhere. It's a strategy to try to throw off Iran and do attack 100%. People, bring up the likes if you can. Please subscribe. So, what do you guys think? Are you guys a fan of Dave Chappelle? How much people are a fan of Dave Chappelle? Do you know who Dave Chappelle is? The most popular comedian in the world. If you like jokes, right? But he's very controversial. He does talk about a lot of racial issues, especially in America. He talks about the world too, but guaranteed he is the top comedian in the world, right? I know Donald Trump wants to be the top comedian in the world, but he can't be, right? Um, it's Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle's the biggest one, so I cannot wait for that content. Hopefully, he doesn't double down, and get soft on us, and then doesn't do what he usually does when he does skits and makes fun of people. I'm hoping he does the white face of Donald Trump, or maybe he hires Godfrey to do some jokes, right? The MAGA people, you could tell the MAGA people are silent, right? OG Kicks. The MAGA people are quiet. They're ashamed. They lost. Right now, America has lost. They lost the war. Why doesn't Donald Trump just tell well, he'll never do that, but America has lost the war, 100%. They lost it. No matter whatever they do right now, they already lost it. It's over. What from February 28th right now, and now is what going like mid-April. It's almost what March, almost 2 months going in. 2 months, and he's saying they're going to be out in a couple weeks. This is going to that fourth what? Which week is this now? I swear they have one more week or so that he claimed they would be out. Let's give him one more week, Donald Trump. He has like one more week where he claims they would be out of Iran. That's why he's claiming victory now, saying that the strat is open and they're agreeing to get rid of nuclear stuff. We shall see. From the biggest agent of chaos, right? So there's a whole bunch of people out there who are causing a lot of things and distractions, right? Um, and the biggest distraction, right, on social media right now is this war and the space stuff. And that space stuff, people. That is a big distraction. The space stuff, the war, and they want to cover up the Epstein files. So all of this stuff they've been putting out is all to cover these dirty, dirty, and evil rich men. Think of it. They want to protect these dirty, rich men. They're protecting them. Let's put it out there. They are protecting them. The American government right now is protecting these people. Donald Trump, right? He might not say it fully to you, but he's protecting his friends or some of them, right? He's probably because he's probably involved in something. So he thought it would be a good idea to release these files, and it's turning against him. That's what it seems like. It seems like it's turning against him all the stuff that he has put out with Cash Patel. It's turning against him. People's been digging things up, and recent news is some lady with a picture of him, right? A picture of him in the middle of all these girls. Let's see if that's true, or could it be AI? I don't know. It could be. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. What you saying, people? Yeah, it's very quiet right now. I repeat, what you're saying is very quiet. A lot of people should be quiet right now, um, because a lot of things is going on. Did you notice that Space BS took place on April 1st? Yes. Yes. Yeah, April Fools, man. It's falling apart, man. That whole thing was all just to overshadow the war. They're saying, yes, we can't say talk about aliens now and UFOs, but let's prepare this thing that, yes, they're going to space all of a sudden, right? On April Fools. You see how they put it? April Fools! They're good at doing stuff. April Fools to fool the world that they're going to space. They're not going to any space, man. They're not going to no space. They're in some studio, CGI, right? Playing people that they're going to space. So that's a lie. Let me tell you right now. My opinion, that's all a damn lie. And behind that lie is just to cover up all the dirty stuff, like the Epstein stuff gets thrown out because the space thing, and after the war stuff, let's kind of put that out to kind of, filter out the media. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, April 1st, a joke to the American public. Yep, yep. This guy, Trump, he doesn't respect America, man. Remember, his wives are not, his woman is not even American. All of them, they're not even American. That's to show he doesn't even like American women. Trump doesn't like American women. It shows you all his wives from what? How much wives did he have? Was it three? I swear it's three or so with this one. Not one of them is American. I don't think so. Let me know. Is any of his wives American? That's to show you how much he loves America. That he didn't even marry an American woman. So when all these pro MAGA people are talking and they're shucking and jiving or whatever they're doing for Donald Trump, realize this: his own wives, what he had are not American. So that shows you he doesn't give a damn about if you're American or you're foreign. He just cares about the money. That's what he cares about. Money, money, money. His color is green. That's what he likes. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. What are you saying, man? The Down to Earth Network is on Spotify, podcasts. If you want to listen to podcasts, on all your devices, it's on that, and Apple Podcasts, all podcast platforms. So right now, tonight, which is stupid, and I'll repeat it again. I don't think Drake's coming out because you see him in the thumbnail. I don't think Drake's coming out with any album. He's still working on that video. The explosion, what went off. I never seen any person as an artist to show you he's special artist, if you want to call it, that they could have the city where they're from order something like that to go off, because that could scare some people. Shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Like in this times of war, that you see some big explosion in your city, a big like, smoke stack in the sky, and then he's claiming it because he did claim it and says it's him, it's for his video. This controlled explosion, which was done at a military base in Toronto, Downsview. It's called Downsview. It's a abandoned base, military base. I don't know if it's even abandoned. They have an underground, I think, with there. But the explosion went off there, and that was to promote, I guess, the Iceman album. He's doing a video. So it's not coming out now. I know a lot of people want it to come out, um, but I don't think it's coming out now. People want it tonight, tonight, tonight. They want all this stuff to happen because they're bored, right? Cam, who said it the other day that the hip hop has been uh, dry or boring ever since Drake's been absent. I think it's the game, right? So we shall see, people. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. What are you saying? What are you saying? So let's see. Yep. A lot of things is going on, man. Like I'm saying, YouTube, respect to YouTube, fixing your bugs, because I know what happened, what was going on. They thought it was going to go straight for Trump's neck, go straight for him, and then they knocked it out. Then they see that I wasn't talking just about Trump, and then they brought it back. Man, that's funny, man. So the powers that be are really watching. Let me tell you guys that the powers that be are watching. They create the chaos. They control what you see out there on social media, and yeah, they control the algorithm, man. They control the algorithm 100%, right? So I don't know what else to say, but like I said, I hope Dave Chappelle comes out with his series back, right? The Dave Chappelle Show, and drop some great content making fun of, yeah, use Donald Trump. He's perfect person to use is Donald Trump. Use him, and yeah, you'll get some great algorithms, right? So yeah, Dave Chappelle is an agent of chaos if he talks about Donald Trump or Donald Trump. That's what I call him. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. What's going on? What's going on out there? And I gotta remind you guys, the strat, as he is saying, I don't know if you guys are seeing the updates. Trump saying the strat of Hermuse is open for business, right? It's open for business because of his negotiations. He's claiming that. Let's see if that's real news, or like what he says, fake news. Do you guys think that's real or fake? Right? We shall see. We shall see if it's real. We'll find out, guaranteed, confirmed by tomorrow, if it's real. Right? So America has lost the war. I'm gonna tell you, they lost the war. Soon as you start negotiating, right, with the Revolutionary Guard, you lost. You lost. You're negotiating with the enemy, the people who you're saying was oppressing their people. You're negotiating with the enemy, so that means you lost. All the people wanted, they could talk all the garbage they want, but you lost because you're negotiating with the bums, right? That's what Trump says. They're bums and scum. So for you to be negotiating with them, that what does that make you? What does that make you? The other day they're saying they unalived a whole bunch of their own people, and then you're negotiating with them. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. That didn't go viral about saying that the Revolutionary Guard or whatever, they were unaliving people recently, thousands. That's not viral, but you're negotiating with them, Mr. Trump. Crazy. It's a crazy, crazy world, people. Please subscribe. Bring up the likes if you can. A lot of things is going on. More news each and every day. And even recently, even in China, they're saying that there's a virus was developing, and that's quiet too. They're saying something was cooking up in China, and that became quiet too. You don't hear them really talking about that anymore, right? That became quiet. Every day there's all these new stories, research stories of what's going on um, all around the world. It goes over people's heads, right? China has claimed that they had cures for diabetes. Uh, China has claimed they have cures for cancers, right? That's why, and we're not really hearing about it. That's not going viral. That's not important. But what is important is, for example, Drake. That he's important more than anything, and for sure, Donald Trump. Everything he talks is important. Um, what else is important? What are people looking for right now? People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. What are people looking for right now? Right now, for where I'm from, same city as Drake. A lot of people like negative shit, right? They like the negative stuff, and most people all around the world, not all people, they like negative stuff. You just have to admit it. They love the negative stuff. If you're talking about something positive, it's not going to get the algorithm. But they like the negative stuff. Now, Drake doing what he's doing, that's kind of positive, I guess, for the city. It promotes the city, this explosion, people are getting excited. But mostly in Toronto, they love to talk about negative stuff. I'm talking about the media, uh, because that's what gets the algorithm, right? It gets the algorithm if you ain't talking about something what's negative, controversial, people don't care, right? But that's how it is in a lot of places, right? So what's going on? What's going on, people? What you're saying? People like bad news more than good news. People like bad news more than good news. People like the agents of chaos, especially like the biggest one, Donald Trump. People like Dave Chappelle, not saying he causes, you know, chaos was negative, but it's a chaos for people who are like, celebrities and politicians when he puts them in his content and makes fun of them, right? Who else? Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff going on. And like I said, the Michael Jackson movie is coming out. The biopic, another Michael Jackson movie, is coming out the 24th. There's already controversy surrounding that with Janet Jackson saying she wasn't even written into the movie, or maybe she could have threatened them saying she doesn't want to be a part of it. Um, she has beef clearly with her brothers, or some of them. Uh, that movie, it looks pretty good. It's Michael Jackson's nephew, Jafar Jackson, starring in the movie. So I'm thinking maybe this is going to blast off his acting career or music career. And we shall see how successful this movie is to make, bring in numbers. So there hasn't been a popular movie in a good while, like what people are anticipating. This is a big anticipating movie, and that could take some of the algorithm away from all the other stuff. What's going on, right? 100%. I guarantee we will be hearing about more stuff circulating involving, like I said, the war, involving Mr. Drake, Aubrey Graham, involving, like I said, the news, what I heard about Dave Chappelle. doing his series again, or his show, the Dave Chappelle show. I cannot wait. I could watch those for days, and it's good. It will be good to see a new one and who's gonna be on that cast. It will be good to see, and they will. There's so much stuff people could bring up. A big agent of chaos, I would say, in the rap game would be 6ix9ine. Takashi 6ix9ine, he's a big one. Takashi 6ix9ine is a huge one. He cooks up a lot of stuff. He makes people talk a lot, Takashi. I can't wait to see the Mike movie. Are you talking? Oh, the Michael Jackson one. Yeah, I want to see it. It's gonna create, controversy. Of course, people are gonna bring up certain stuff about, what they didn't put in there and what's in there. I think this is more a celebration of his life, right? They already done other movies back in the day with Jason Weaver. I remember that one, but this one is supposed to be, or they're expecting it to be, a big blockbuster, kind of like the Bob Marley biopic. So if they want to see this go far, they're going to be pushing it far. The soundtrack should be good or great. We shall see, people. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. It's the Down to Earth Network, the Down to Earth podcast. My broadcasting times for the weekend: Saturday Night Live. I'll be live 9 p.m. Sunday at 6. It's my Earth Strong. My birthday's coming up. So for sure, I will be celebrating that all through the week. And so, yeah, that's what's going on. I want to know why Janet Jackson rejected before I moved forward seeing the movie. You know why she rejected it, I'm hearing? She she didn't agree. She's angry with her brother, who's a father. The guy with the glue hair. Which one is that? What's his name? I forgot. It's not Randy. The one with the glue hair. It's his son. Jafar Jackson is the son of that guy, and she's saying that she's using her he's using the son to get back popular. You get what I'm saying? So she has beef with her brothers. She does have beef with her brothers. She doesn't feel that she was involved, and they didn't include her in anything. People, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Well, this is the Down to Earth Network, and this is your host, Sean Myrie, and I'm out, people. I'm out.